our girls basketball team. Freshmen with a record of 6 wins, 9 losses. JV 15-5. Varsity with an overall record 24-2. NHIAA Division State Champions. Freshman coach Marilyn Ferreira, Amanda Benware JV, and head coach Sue Thomas.
The Freshman Sportsmanship Award goes to Lexi Dawn.
So this was a great season for us. In our first season in Division I, preseason, everyone in the press and whatever said we would be a pretty good team, but maybe next year would be our season. And we kind of had to wait our turn and feel out Division I. And the girls right from the get-go, I don't think, really planned for that. So instead we decided we would go 24-2 overall. And even our 2 losses were good learning experiences, nothing we didn't set out to lose. But our first loss was against Bishop Girton in the 3rd game of the season. And we lost by 9 points, but we actually learned that day that we could play with them. And that by the end of the season, we could play with them. And actually we played with them a lot sooner than that because we won the Nashua North Holiday Tournament by beating Bishop Girton by 17 points. In probably one of the best games we played all season where everyone contributed. Our second loss was a few games later to Nashua North, who at the time was undefeated and they were a good team, but they were a team that, looking back on it, we should have beaten. And we learned that day that you play every game for a reason, and you have to get up for every game, and you have to work hard in every game. So after we lost that game, we won the next 15 games by 15 points or more. We won our first playoff game ever this year. We had been in the playoffs 3 years previously, but never got out of the first round. So we won our first playoff game, and we made it to the state championship game, where we were in the lead for exactly 6 seconds, the last 6 seconds, which was great. You know, that game was terrific, and anybody that went to the game, as a team, we want to thank them. It was the biggest crowd that our girls ever played in front of. It was loud, it was fun, the student section was awesome. But because of that, we didn't exactly play the best game we've played all season. It was tough. We missed 13 foul shots. You know, just a lot of things. But the key is we never gave up in that game. And even when we were down by 9 points in the beginning of the 4th quarter, we never gave up. We just kept finding a way to win. The girls on the bench never gave up. The girls on the court never gave up. And actually, the 4th quarter, we were led by 2 freshmen, which means that the future of Bedford basketball is a good thing. But and winning the state championship was great. But I've been doing this for a long time, and the thing about this team I'll always remember is what a team they were. We had, throughout the season, seven different players were game-high scorers, and we averaged over 9 players scoring per game with a roster of 12 players. So everyone played, everyone contributed, and when the starters were on the bench, they were cheering just as hard for the girls that were in as, you know that everybody wants to play all the time, but that's the type of team we were. They pulled for each other, they never gave up, and they were truly one of the best teams I've ever coached, and it's been a pleasure. And we're only losing 2 seniors, and there'll be a big hole, but we bring back just about everyone else for next season, and we want to try to emulate the hockey team. It's going to be hard going 2 in a row, but you know, we're going to look to you guys and try to do the same thing. So our future's bright, but we are losing 2 seniors, and one of them is our captain, Maggie McGowan, who is a 4-year varsity player, the heart and soul of the team. During games, she didn't start, but she would come in and literally play every position, usually in the same game. She would go in, she would play a little point guard, a little post, a little shooting guard, whatever we needed. She went in, she's done that for her 4 years. She was a great captain, got the team together. They had a lot of fun. They seemed to like each other on and off the court, and that was really due to Maggie's leadership. And segueing into the awards, our other senior is the winner of our Sportsmanship Award this year, and that's Isabel Munoz. Isabel moved here this year from a Mexican border town near Arizona as a senior in high school. And I know if I told my kids they had to change schools to the next town when they were seniors, it would be a hard thing to do. And we talked about it one day, and she pretty much changed planets going from the southwest to the northeast in her senior year. But she has been a pleasure to coach. She is thankful to everyone. She always has a smile on her face. She was a great teammate to everyone here. And I think we all learned that sometimes things don't go the way you want, but you just have to make the most of them. And that's really what Isabel did this season. And our Bulldog Award goes to Mackenzie Brown. We couldn't win this year was because Bishop Girton had another Bedford resident on their team, Megan Green, who is a phenomenal player, and you know, she was really the only post player in the state that can do anything. And Megan showed Mackenzie showed differently. She shut her down. We played them 3 times. We beat them twice, but Mackenzie was just a force. She was our leading scorer all season, but it was her defensive game. She proved to the state of New Hampshire that there are 2 great post players in the state. One is Megan Green, but the other one is Mackenzie Brown. And our captains for next year are Allie Glennon and Mackenzie Brown. Captains Maggie McGowan and Allie Glennon would present the championship plaque to Mr. Whitmore.